Good evening, musical friends and family. We're going to take a late night drive with Berta, for I'm going to be filming the episode podcast in my car, because it's the only place I feel like I can actually be myself and talk freely. Today is June 8th, 2023, and it is Thursday. I hope you all had a wonderful Thursday. I had a relaxing Thursday. Not only that, it is my brother's birthday today. Happy birthday, little bro. I love and miss you. And I hope you're doing well. Tonight's podcast episode is going to be a two-part. We're going to upload the episode tonight, part 1, and we'll upload the rest of it, part 2, next week. Tonight's episode, I'm going to call it the reason why I say musical family in my intros, and that is just because I come from a musical family. A bittersweet confession. More like, I know where I come from. I know who I am. But realizing that I know who I am made them feel some type of way. And I don't understand why. Taking back to the very beginning of my musical family, this is on my mom's side. My mom and her siblings, they sing. They used to sing and perform on stage when they were teenagers, younger too. They got to travel to different countries performing and singing together. Their harmonies were something that no one has ever heard before. Their harmonies I would listen to when I was little and just be in awe, because that's where I came from. And they would actually perform with celebrities. They even got to be in the same vicinity as a lot of celebrities. They got to be on talk shows. And that was back in the 60s. Their mom, my Nana, she's a jazz pianist. She plays piano. She picked up her piano journey, I want to say, when she was in her, was it 40s? Could be early 50s, something like that. But she picked hers at a very later age. And she continued. That woman can play. Starvina, she can play. All the classic jazz songs, you can name them, and she can play them. And it blew my mind when I actually learned later on, when I was 23 years old. I found out my Nana, she couldn't read piano sheets either, and she played by chords, but she played like diminishes. She played in sixths and fifths and all that. She is more fluent with her chords. Very, very just expert in chords. But she cannot read piano sheets either. Back to the family, I have 2 uncles who are jazz pianists. They used to perform and play at the Quiet Storm. It was a jazz club in San Francisco before it was closed down. And I also have cousins who are musically talented. One of my cousins, she sings, plays piano, guitar. She writes her own music. Other cousins who are piano playing as well. So that's where I come from, musical family, because I do come from one. That's why I say musical friends and family in my intros. Addressing 2 musical friends as well as family to address where I came from. Now, about my family, I love them. I care about them. I respect them, admire them. I look up to them a lot. Only that when I started my piano journey, everything changed. I thought we were all the same because of music, but I guess for some reason, I feel like I'm not the same when it comes to them. But in my eyes, we are all the same. And I'm hoping this podcast episode tonight, part 1, will express that. During my piano journey back in 2020 during the COVID to 2020, when I was just practicing songs on the piano to make people happy and make life worthwhile, I remember it was during October, November, December when my cousin she told me she liked what I did at first, and she said it was like a Charlie Chaplin, because I would just mute the video and I would dress up, but I would play the piano practice in the video. She thought it was cool at first. And what happened was, I just remember January, February, March, April, that was 2021 experimentation year, and I was experimenting with songs and playlists. It wasn't until April I got a text from her to send me a video to watch it. And I think it was a music theory video or metronome, something like that, but I forgot. But what happened was, I told her, I was like, oh, I would watch it, because it's piano, it's music, and something that I can learn from too. And I thought to myself, that's awesome, I'll watch it later. And I told her, thank you for the video. I just explain in just piano chords, just very simple. And she goes, well, that is so elementary. And I didn't know what she meant by that, by so elementary. So I just thought, well, I'm just very simple. That's where I come from. I didn't think of anything as it's so too simple. I didn't really connect the dots until later on during this journey. And I forgot what happened during that text, but during May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, right? In 2021, when I got the letter from YouTube, it was the email, the Hogwarts letter, I called it. And what happened was, my cousin, the one who sent me the video back in April that year, she came into the piano room, and I think I was practicing something, and I found that she had an Instagram, and I thought that was so cool. That'd be great for her music. And I told her I bought a book about Instagram, hoping that when I had one at the time, that I would help me to implement whatever I needed to learn from Instagram book. And I told her about hashtagging, and then I just remember when I brought up hashtagging, she says, but I just don't want to self-advertise, with a very strong in my face, as if. Then it dawned on me, what? I just told her self-advertise. All it was a song during a pandemic, just to spread joy, and then it just went from there. From one song after another, and it just went from there. All to just express joy. That's all it was. And I told her that I wanted to possibly, if I could, to make this as a job. There's some songs out there that people would love to learn how to play, and there's music sheets that don't even exist, and people can't find it. But I can't read sheets, I can't sell them. So I thought to myself, maybe I'll just explain in an elementary style, beginning style type of way in piano chords. And when I explained it to her that way, she just got really yeah, I guess you can make this as a job. It was just one thing after another. I dawned on me. I'm like, you don't support no? It really shocked me, because I thought, we're musically family, and I didn't really expect that it was going to go in that direction. Her husband, though, was the only one that supported about it, was actually gave encouragement, I'm proud of you. And didn't expect that at all, but that was really nice of him. He's a good man. Cousin for life, family for life. As time went by, I just remember that during that time, that was 2022, a song a day, the book I didn't think I could write but did, because we did 365 songs and then some that year. But during that time when I was putting playlists together and playlists together and playlists together on top of playlists, another musical family got in my ear and say, oh, not that one. Oh, that song is too okay. That's cute. Or those are not the right changes. That was my favorite saying. Or, so what are you going to put up next? Or, so you really are doing this? I'm like, yes. Or you really are just making it, yeah, what song you put up today? Oh, okay. Like the Cinco de Mayo playlist that we finally got to put up that year, the first one, and it just, oh, you shouldn't do that. Now people think you're going to be this, you're going to be that, you're going to be just all this judgmental put down. For what reason? And during that time, I just remember all that time with my musical family that I just was all this unsupportive put downs, subliminal vibes of not kind, just really, how come? I thought we were family. I thought we were all musicians. We all have come from musical backgrounds. So why point me out? Why make me feel different? Why make it feel unwelcome, different? And I just remember I would get plastered drunk. I was going through a dark period during that time of April, May I had COVID, so that was already June, July, August. I just remember that during certain times I would just get plastered drunk, wondering how come they're like that. They're my family. And the fact that I felt like I had to be around that talk, I had to be around that vibe, and every time they say something to my face or say something and they know I'm not going to say anything back, and because I don't believe in talking back to my elders, I don't believe in, I'll say something, but then they always have something to say as well to basically have them have the last word, and I would just say to myself, just let it go. But yeah, I would get plastered drunk to the point where I would pass out and I would just throw up, be in the shower and just lay there peeking my brains out, trying to shower and function, and just cry, wondering how come people who are my musical family, who I cared about my whole life, who I really looked up to, would just really not support anything what I was doing. And the fact that apparently what I do make me feel like what I do is a crime, make me feel like what I do is not allowed, make me feel like what I do is just outraged and just subliminal jealousy and envy in your family. And it just really, I didn't do it to compete with anybody. I didn't do it to prove to anything. I wanted them to just accept that, hey, you got another family member who also has music and we're the same. And apparently to them, I'm not the same with them. And that really hurt. And it took me a while to realize, to gain the strength to say, you know what, it's okay. Because I remember telling myself that it's like that saying goes, you can't force the horse to drink the water if it doesn't want to. You can't force the cow to eat if it don't want to. Just like you can't force people, or you can't expect, or you can't basically, seek people who are not going to support what you do. And the fact that really puzzled me was my musical family. And they showed it very, very strongly. And I was just wondering, when the times I was drunk, plastered, why am I not enough? Why am I just, looked at something else? That I'm still the same Allie that you all talk to and make memories with, and years of closeness and years of this. So now that becoming Alexandria Caesar piano, it's something that I'm becoming my future self, the future self that I know this is what I need to do. This is what is there for me, and I'm pursuing that. So I'm doing it, and apparently that's not accepted. And I just noticed that I learned that they supported what I was doing because at the time my numbers were small, but now that my numbers are moving forward and they're moving forward at a way it's going, now they just don't know what to say to it. Not even I'm proud of you, not even happy, It was just one thing after another of subliminal put down, subliminal unsupport, subliminal just, oh, maybe we'll say this and she'll question what she's doing. What is that supposed to make me stop? Of course I'm not going to stop. Even if I was frustrated with what anyone has ever said again to my face, and I would cry, and I would just be like, I'm not going to upload something tomorrow, or I'm not going to... You will hear Mary Had a Little Lamb at 11 a.m. just because it's a song. That's how I'm willing to keep going. But anywho, like I said, you can't force the horse to drink the water if it don't want to. You can't force the cow don't want to eat. So meaning you can't force people to support you, or you can't rely on those who are just not going to support you. And when I realized that, I just thought, damn, I have not got one single sincerity of any of my musical blood family about what I'm doing. And one day I just realized I don't need their approval. I need you telling me to encourage me. That thing that is not in my brain anymore to want anymore. And it's okay. It's okay that I realized that maybe the people that I was surrounding myself with the whole entire time, the ones that I admired and respected and looked up to a lot, they were just not my people the whole entire time. And I'm learning that it is okay. And I think the only person who would really understand that is Nan. Maybe that is why she is the way she is. Because that was her way of dealing to protect herself from people who were jealous and envious with her. She figured out a way to actually make herself stronger, just like I'm figuring out ways to make me feel stronger. While I was practicing and playing these songs on the piano to heal people, I was trying to heal myself during all the put downs and all the judgments and all the subliminal "you're not welcome" vibe that nobody talks about music with me. They don't want to include in conversations about that. They made the vibe feel so intense to the point where I'm like, why? I don't even bring up my channel. I don't even talk about my channel. And to be honest, I don't even want to, not even in front of them, because I'd rather talk about them. Because every time when my channel gets brought up, the room would just be quiet. I realize now that I'm okay with who I am, and I accept that this is me, and this is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life, whether they like it or not. And I have songs of my own that I would like to write, and I would like to compose and put out there, copyright, publish, because I want to do the right thing. And that's where the monetization will kick in for me. Since I don't think I could really make money off this channel, no. I look at it as a music library, a library of song, a library of other types of music and different styles and just all kinds. I like all kinds of music. I don't stray away. And even if there's songs on there I don't even know that musical friends would tell me about, and that's the first time I heard it, so I learned something new from them. And I like to add that song because they're part of the song a day. They're part of this journey. They're part of... That's what keeps us connected, is because of music. And it's just so sad that my musical fam, who said all these things to my face. You know who you are. Made me feel limited. For no reason. Now, I want to heal. I don't want to be around that kind of energy. I don't need to be around that energy. I refuse to listen to be put down and cry. And why am I not enough? Why am I not? So I decided that I'm going to stop trying. I don't need to prove myself. I feel like in this family, this musical family, we're all like looking for some kind of, torch passed down to the next generation. What torch? If they want to have that torch of theirs that they built in the past and they don't want to pass it down, it's okay, you can keep it, because I built a torch of my own. And I will be happily to pass that down to whoever is the next one who wants to play the music just like how I started. Because the next one who has that, I will never make them feel like the way how they made me feel. I would never say to them what they said to me. No. Again, I love my family. I respect them and admire them. I know where they come from, but I don't want to hear any more of the subliminal put downs. I don't want to hear any more of the, you self-advertise, or they can't talk about music with me because they feel some type of way with my channel. Like, I never said that I am perfect. I'm not perfect, and I'm not a saint, but I can never find it in my heart to say the things they said to my face and thought that was okay. One of my musical families says that I don't give an SHIT about a podcast, and I'm the only one that's doing a podcast. And I just want to say to that musical fam, you don't have to hear me, but everyone else will. Also, like, talking about how my podcast talks about hate and talks about something about really negative. And I just said, you can't manipulate me and tell me what I'm talking about is negative and what I'm talking about is hate. You can't manipulate me and telling me, making me feel bad. You can't control that with me no more. And I'm not gonna let you control that with me anymore. You can't control me saying that my playing is okay, or my playing is this, my playing is that, or that it's okay. I know who I am, and I am just okay. And I'm fine with that. I realize and learn that I'm fine with who I am, and what I do is enough, and what I give is enough. My dad side of the family, they've been nothing but supportive about it. The last time I saw a couple of them, my auntie said, on my dad's side, you just keep spreading that love, honey, and you keep doing it. That was the only sincere freaking happiness I ever gotten. This is sincere support that I felt. And my dad, when I got to 1,000 subscribers, my dad said, I'll buy a steak dinner, and we'll go to the store, steak dinner, and we'll potato and wine, and we'll celebrate your celebrate your achievement. And even though I don't talk to my dad about this, I barely do. But he knew how much it meant a lot to me, and he knew that. And that's really big. That's a big thing, and I'm grateful for my dad. I'm grateful for that support, because it just means that I was respecting and admiring and appreciating the wrong people. Because I don't need to prove anything anymore. I don't need to show. I don't need to feel bad about what I do, and I don't need to have them question me to what I do, because I just know I have it, and I am doing it for good. I didn't do it to compete with anybody. I didn't do it to make people feel little or to make them feel not enough. That's not where I'm coming from. And even if they were to hear this podcast that talks in regards to them, that's why I love them enough not to say names. I love them not to say anything. But I just can never find it in my heart to say the things they said to my face during this piano journey, because I can't pretend that it was support, and it was not. I'm just happy that I built the community that I did on this platform, and I built it with people who barely know me, who are states away, who are countries away. I am grateful for each and every one of you, for y'all made me feel like I was enough more than my own musical family. And like I said, this year, we're not going to be cold-hearted, but we're going to learn how to be a little bit tough. And learning how to be tough is just carrying my musical family, the ones who put me down, the ones who said all those awful things. You know who you are. I want to just care from you from afar, because I don't need that where I'm going. I know who I am, I know what I can do, and I know what I'm going to give to this earth, and this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life, and I don't need to prove anything else. I think that's all. That's it for tonight's podcast episode. Musical friends and family, stay safe, stay in good health always, and always remember, sometimes the people that you surround yourself with, that you praise and idolize and admire, sometimes they're not your people. Sometimes you look at them as if they're the same like you because your music. Apparently that's not the case, and that is okay. Do I want to learn how to do more further into my music? Like the music theory, reading sheets? I would. I'll go for that. That's going to be a series on my channel in the future. Because I'm going to be doing this for the rest of my life. No matter how long it takes. No matter if I'm going to basically really be alone with this gift. Alone with this. Because everyone feels some type of way what I do. I get it. But I didn't do it to make anyone feel low or feel anything. This is just who I am. I think the only person who would understand this is Nan. Nan. Maybe that's why she is the way she is, because she's got to protect her energy. That's her way of basically accepting, hey man, this is me and I'm proud of being me. Just like I'm proud of being me. I'm proud of being myself. I'm proud to be becoming Alexandria Caesar Piano. That's going to be who I am for the rest of my life. And as long as I can help and heal musical friends through what I'm given, that's good enough for me. I help a musical friend sing their song, brought out their voice. I've done my job, because I'm not the star, you are. And whoever wants to sing and practice their voice, you can pick any song you want. That's what it's there for. Musical friends who want to play instrument over the piano practices, that is welcome too. Sorry if I'm a little too elementary or slow, but if you want to, that's there too. Something to listen to while you want to go to sleep. Something to listen to help you relax. Something to listen to basically to prevent someone from hurting themselves or making them feel like there's something else to life.